Okay, hi everyone, it's Karl and Samuel here at Escape, and today we want to talk about a new feature that we're bringing out. It's called post-production options.
Yes.
Okay, so what is a post-production option? Let's think about it this way. When a person comes to Escape and they've put the deposit in for their trailer, then they move through the confirmation stage. The confirmation stage is really building up your build sheet. And when you build up your build sheet, you're building up all the things you want in your trailer or the configuration for your trailer. And that, we call it the sales order. Once that sales order is completed, we take that information, we package it up, we break it down, we send it off into production. They kit everything up, they order everything, they kit everything up, and they make it on the production line. Once we're confirmed, the whole process is in motion. So we don't make changes once the process is in motion. It's a real tear up to try and do that. And that's where issues happen. Things don't get installed or it kind of goes wrong. So it's like, let's keep it nice and clean so it runs through nice and smooth. But there are cases where people sort of said, oh, I wanted to add, I forgot something. Yeah. Oh no, I changed my mind. I'd really like to have something added. And we can do certain things. And that's why I'm calling it the post-production options, which means after production has completed, so we wouldn't do this on the production line. After production has completed, there are certain things that we can then go and add into the trailer afterwards. And a lot of the time it's using our production resources to do this, because we don't really have an aftermarket installation team, nor do we do any sort of aftermarket installation work. I know in the very, very early days of Escape, you might find some comments in the forum where we used to do that. That's when we were a much, much, much smaller company. So we don't do aftermarket work. We'll do post-production, in other words, post-sale, in other words, before it leaves our gates.
That's right.
Side of things. So you have your confirmation sheet, your build sheet, and that is typically 3 months before your production date. We want to provide as much education as we possibly can to everybody, hence the one-on-ones, new educational video that's coming out, and other things just to help educate you. And then, of course, the last line of defense being the configuration specialists themselves, who have configured thousands of trailers with people and are fully versed in all the options that we have. So that's the time to really focus in and decide, this is what I want in my trailer. Once you've signed off on your build sheet, that's it. That's done for the production process. Then, if you still need something, we can put it into post-production options. And post-production options happen after the trailer comes off the production line. There is one sort of point to note in that. Of course, let's just say your trailer comes off the production line on, pick a date, 27th of February. And that will be the date it was supposed to be complete. And let's say it is complete on the 27th of February, but you've added a whole load of post-production options. Then there's going to take obviously time to get those on, and we need to work on that. So, okay.
Very good. Awesome. Okay, I'll just throw out a few questions at Karl that came to my mind and that I believe some customers may be interested in. So there is a price difference between an option that I sort of choose before I sign off my build sheet, and one that I choose same option for post-production. How is that price difference explained?
Yeah, it's very simple, right? If it's in the production line, we have the most efficient process for manufacturing it. In the space and time that we have. When it comes off the production line, often we have to go in, remove components, and kind of rebuild that piece up in order to put it back together. The other part of it, of course, is that I'm taking other resources from the production line to make this happen. So sometimes you have to do it overtime or different things. So they kind of price it up as though they're not outrageously more expensive, but they are more expensive.
Yes,
definitely. Again, that's another sort of reason to kind of look at it and look at the post-production options. So let's just say, let me take an example. You're looking at something, you're saying, I'd like to, give me an example.
The high lift kit.
The body lift kit. So it's like, I want to put that on afterwards. And it's like, okay. If you're thinking about it, look at the pricing or the cost of it to you. Our price, your cost, and then say, okay, is it worth $100 to wait, or $200 to wait? Am I that sure or not? Am I not that sure at this point? So, I think having all the information for us, having all the information out there for everybody with the pricing, is key. Because so at the early stage, you can decide, do I want it or do I want it or do I need it?
Yes. Yeah.
They're probably the two things: nice to have versus a must have.
Now, how many options do we offer?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, we're over 60 standard or over 60 options.
Yeah.
Let's not worry about the Formica flooring and fabric side, which has got a huge number of combinations. But we're over 60 options generally when you're confirming your build sheet in the first place. And that whittles down a fair amount when we get to the post-production side of things. But I think we have this list here, which kind of gives you an example of the range of options. Still quite a few options in there that a person can choose per trailer size.
Some options aren't possible anymore just because it becomes too costly for you, the customer, right?
Yeah, or technically we just won't do it. So a prime example of that is on the 21 Classic. If you want a second solar panel, it's got to be done on the production line. And the reason it has to be done on the production line is that second solar panel sits in the front of the trailer, right above the bathroom, and we drill through to mount it, so we can't get up on the other side to tighten it up. Plus, then there's potentially a ceiling issue on it. So that's one type of example that cannot be done.
Now, there are also trailer specific, and so we'll walk you through that process in just a moment. Yeah. So when you're selecting post-production options, the first choice you make is this a custom build or an inventory trailer? We haven't talked about that yet.
That's right, because there are two choices here. We have inventory and we have custom for them.
And then once you've selected that one, you select all your desired options and you say submit. This will trigger an email for us and we will review that. We'll check if everything is fine. There may be some changes needed and we'll get back to you. And then we'll transfer this to your actual documents.
There'll always be the process where just because you select certain options doesn't mean you've locked them in.
Yes.
Also doesn't mean that they may be 100% possible to do, maybe not within the time frame they want. So there's a few different things that we need to consider. That's why we always have Melissa or Linda or Joldy involved in the process of saying, okay, let's work this through, let's get the right pricing together for the customer, and then obviously let's get the agreement in place that this is exactly what they want. Now they know how long it's going to take and the total cost of it to them.
Very good. Yeah. So we hope that makes it easy for you. A nice process. And if you have any questions, let us know.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, thank you, Samuel.
Escape trailer.
Built for you.